Okay. I don't know if this is working, but all right. So there's a lot of disclaimers in this video because it's kind of been a while since I've uploaded one of these, but basically I am now on week 8 of The Artist Way, but I haven't did my check-in videos. So, and the last one I did was at week 4. So this video is going to be like a collage. Basically, it's basically just gonna be like an overview of all the fucking chapters I read and from what I can remember, because like I said, I'm all the way on week 8 and we left off, and when I left off with showing this to y'all, I was on week 4. But and then I also just wanted to get some shit off my chest too, because I was contemplating recording this video. I was actually contemplating even checking in for real, because honestly, like, I was just like, I've been in a discouraged, ready to give up type of state. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I mean, I'm, like I said, week 8 right now, and I'm feeling so disconnected from everything. I feel disconnected from the book. I feel disconnected from the recovery. I feel disconnected from myself a little bit. I feel disconnected from people, just everything, man. And like I said, I wanted to record this so many times, but I just didn't feel ready, to be honest. But I just told myself, you know what, Britt, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just fucking do it, and just prop this fucking laptop up, get in front of this damn camera, and just let the rest work itself out. But starting off, I mean, these past few chapters that I've read, when it comes to, just from week 5 all the way to where I am now, week 8, I've been feeling very, very, very second guessy. I don't know if that's a word. I'm using a lot of words that aren't words, but genuinely, I've just been feeling like I've been second guessing this whole thing. I second guess, is this working? I feel like I've reverted back to that. Honestly, I feel like I can feel myself reverting back to like my old ways in regards to just the consistency. And I think that's the thing too that I've been, now I don't want to say I think, that's been one of the things I've been, dealing with as well too, just consistency and really just building discipline. Listen, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me when it comes to like discipline. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me when it comes to consistency, bro, but I fucking suck. Okay. I was looking at this video where this lady said that, if you keep telling yourself that you're not a disciplined person, then you're going to be that way. But I just feel like I got to be honest. I fucking suck at being consistent with everything. Relationships, nigga, work, nigga, my fucking homework when I was in school. Like, I just fucking suck at consistency, okay? I suck at that shit. And one of the things that it talked about, I think that it was in week 7, it was talking about perfectionism and overall just productivity, for real, is what I kind of got from the chapter, or from what I got from that week. And I think that I'm just in a place now where I'm trying to apply that. I'm trying to apply what I learned, and I do feel like there's more I could be doing. There's a lot more I could be doing, to be honest. I'm saying I feel like, but the truth is I know there's a lot more I could be doing. And it's so funny even recording this video right now, because when I started this journey, I knew that at least one of the videos I wanted to record in a different setting. And even though I'm not necessarily in like a whole different setting, I'm literally just in my truck outside of, where I live and stuff. And basically, I've always wanted to do that. I didn't think it would be like this though. And that's another thing too that's been going on. I know I'm kind of rambling here, but uh, I'm also learning that a lot of the things that I want in my life, or a lot of the, I ain't gonna say things, but the outcomes that I want in my life, they usually come in a very different way than, how I expected. And I've been noticing that. I've been noticing how much, you know, the things that I've maybe had an idea of, like, how this was going to happen, or how this was going to be, or how a certain situation was going to play out, or how things were going to go and everything. And it's not that those things didn't happen for me. They did, but they happened in a different way than what I expected. And the way that I thought I was going to feel when they happened, I felt completely different. Just like now, we're recording this video, I feel completely different than how I thought I was going to feel when I was imagining myself recording this video in my truck. I know that's kind of like a weird fact and everything, but that's just kind of like, where that was just kind of like something I wanted to throw in there, because I'm literally just kind of like attempting to flush out my heart and my mind, because my mind is cluttered right now with so much things. But going back to what I was saying about the artist way and about perfectionism, I'm realizing that, you know, really just fuck being perfect. Fuck doing things perfect. And I mean, and maybe it shouldn't be fuck being perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I think that something being perfect, or when you, or having an idea, or having a task that you want to accomplish, or just basically just trying to achieve every goal, right? I think in the book, it talks about how perfectionism is essentially just egoism. And at first, when I read that, it's like it clicked, but I feel like it didn't click the way it clicked now. It didn't click the way it clicked now. And I'm realizing I'm realizing that within myself, that I have a pretty big ego. I have a pretty big ego. And I've been told that, not a lot in my life, but I've been told that in my life. And it just had me just so much like rethinking who I was, and really just asking myself, damn, do I really do have this ego that I've kind of like buried away, and that I've kind of, just essentially hid, or just never really spoke on. And maybe that gets in the way of me being more productive, as that I want to be, or just not overthinking, and just you know starting essentially. And I feel like this is a hard battle for me. Maybe that's why I feel the way that I feel, because this is such a hard battle for me, because I feel like my work ethic has held me back from being the person that I'm always imagining myself that I can be, that I'm always imagining, is the person that I'm gonna be one day. And it's so hard, because I never looked at myself as like a workaholic. Like, I've never looked at myself as somebody who's just work, 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 work. I mean, damn near every job I've had, I've fucking hated. Well, I didn't hate it, but it wasn't something that I was passionate about, or it wasn't something that I was trying to be the best at. I wasn't like, I wasn't trying to be employee of the month or some shit. But you know that's neither here nor there. But I don't know, man. I mean, Sorry, I'm just having a moment where I'm kind of just recalibrating on everything. And yeah. I, I I don't know. I really don't know, bro. I mean, I think that if I can just find a way to wire my brain to be, and it's not even about it's productivity, but the to go into specifics, I would say the main thing is finishing ideas. Finishing ideas. I am notorious. Sorry, I got a notification. Okay, but anyways, I am notorious for not finishing ideas. Like I'm the type I'll be working on a song and just listen back to it and listen back to it a million times and then essentially get fucking distracted by something on my phone or just fuck around and be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just take a little break and never come back to it. And I really want to stop those habits, because I really think those habits have gotten in the way of me just, like I said, going full throttle and really locking in like I want to. And even with these, going those many weeks, without checking in and posting these little videos and everything, just shows, I really feel like I need to get out of this perfectionist mindset and understand that things don't have to be perfect. But I feel like if things aren't perfect, then things aren't impactful. That's my mindset with it. Like, if I don't put my best foot forward, if I don't take the initiative to really, you know, really perfect my craft and really take initiative to be the person that I want to be and transform myself into the person that I want to be and take risk, then I think I'm forever going to be stuck, or I'm forever going to be this version of myself that I feel like is superior, or this version of myself who, is always getting the shitty end of the stick. And I've been that way for a long time, and I really want to change that. I mean, and I'm getting pretty vulnerable on here, and it's kind of crazy because I'm like, man, I plan on posting this shit, and I don't really want my friends or anybody to see this, but if they do, fuck it. I don't pay attention to it anyway. But yeah, I mean, I just think that there are certain things in my life that I do need to cut out. Weed is not one of them. I don't care what any of you niggas say. That sounded like some addict shit, but I don't care, bro. Like I know exactly what it is. And I mean, I don't know. Disregard all that. But anyways, I do know that there are certain things that take up my time more than others. And one of them is Twitter Spaces, and even to talk about Twitter, because I want to rant about Twitter. And at first I didn't want to, because I didn't want to give it that much power, or I didn't want somebody to see this and be like, oh, he's crying on Twitter. But fuck y'all, this is my shit. But even on Twitter, bro, like I hear niggas' music on Twitter, bro, and I'm not gonna lie, bro, like it's like I'm not saying they bad, but I know I can be better than them niggas, bro. I know I can. I know I can shine. I know I can, surpass niggas if I really wanted to, and if I really just locked in on my shit. And it's not necessarily just all about surpassing niggas or showing niggas up or anything like that. It's more so just about, proving the people who doubted me, proving the people proving to people that doubted me, proving to people that slept on me and that still is sleeping on me, and proving to people who dismiss my creativity and my art and everything. It's about proving them wrong, but most importantly, proving myself right, and proving to myself that I can really do this shit. And I'm gonna be honest, even though right now it's kind of hard to believe that I can do this shit right now, I still made a promise to myself the day that I started reading this book, the day that I started saying that I was gonna um move into the person that I want to be, you know, all of that shit, man. I'm I'm at a place now where I'm just done with wishing the outcome was different. I think that's where I'm at now. Like, just done wishing the outcome was different, and I mean that with everything in my life. Like, I can't. It's like I never know how to verbalize my emotional state or my mental state, or sometimes even my spiritual state. But I guess I'm just like, man, I'm just done. I just don't. I don't want to always keep attaching myself to the failures in my life. I don't want to keep attaching myself to, and nah, let me take that back. Not even the failures in my life. I don't want to keep attaching myself to the outcome so much. And if somebody don't fuck with me, or somebody don't fuck with my music, somebody they just don't fuck with me as a person, bro. Like, fuck them. Fuck that shit. Fuck them, bro. Fuck them. They're irrelevant. I don't need them in my life. I don't need anybody who is against me or wants to try to put me down, anything like that. There's no point in having them in my life, bro, because at the end of the day, people are gonna be people, and people are gonna do what they do, and nobody has to believe in me. Nobody has to believe in me. Nobody has to believe in my dreams. Nobody has to believe in my ideas and my vision but me. And because I know that, that's why it's important for me to really just lock in and keep focusing on me. And we've let some unexpected things and people come back into our lives. And when I say we, I mean myself. I've let some unexpected things and some people who probably shouldn't have came back into my life, and that's my fault, because I feel like it threw me off my game. It threw me off of everything that I was doing, and it was a test. It was a test from God, and God, I'm sorry I failed, but you know I'm I'm just at a point now where I'm just like, you know what? I just really have to accept things for what they are and where they are in my life. I have to accept that maybe the people who I wanted to build a connection with, wanted to get money with, wanted to, work with creatively, those people just aren't the people in my life who align with what I want to do creatively and the message that I want to send with my creativity. And not even just on a creative scale, but even just on a regular level, like socially. I have to accept that I just haven't found my people yet. And the people who are in my life now, whether it be on the internet or it be on, be in real life, you know, those, all those people, most of those people, just simply aren't my people. They just aren't the people that are supposed to be in my life. And, I hope that eventually, all these things that I'm naming off and all these things that I'm saying, I find some sort of clarity, I find some sort of clarity, or I find some, you know, I find my community, you know, at some point. But for now, I have to accept that these are just the people that are in my life, and these are just the people that they're all I have, and that's kind of like a I don't want to say like that, and that sounds kind of like a little morbid, in a sense, like, oh yeah, these people I don't have, even though they're shitty. But I say that to say that just because I don't love the people who I'm around now in my life doesn't mean that later down the line I could find those people who I love and care about and who love me. And simply put, not simply put, but I also feel like maybe I'm just not ready for those people yet. I'm not ready to find my people as far as like friends go, and maybe even relationships. I'm just not there yet within myself. I feel like there's a lot more work that I have to do on me before I can get to those people who, are for me, friendship wise, relationship wise, creatively, all of that. And yeah, so like I said, man, I just genuinely feel like I'm 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 learning to get rid of perfectionism. Get rid of being perfect. Sorry, I was hiccuping. And I'm learning to get rid of just the validation, man. Like I'm getting rid of being perfect. I'm getting rid of attaching myself to the outcome and the results of things, even even in my personal life, not even just creatively, but just in my personal life. And I'm just getting back on track, man. I'm just getting back on track to, you know, focus on me and myself and understand that, yeah, there's people in my life who, my emotions are hot and cold with and bittersweet towards, 90% of the time. I'm learning to just allow those people to be in my life for however long they're supposed to be here. And I'm learning to just have acceptance. Have acceptance that, this is just where I am, and I just have to make do with what I have. I have to make do with where I'm at in this truck. I have to make do with living the place that I live, working the job that I work at, the stage that I'm at in pursuing my endeavors, the person that I am right now as I'm continuing to work on myself, um, the people in my life. Like, I'm just learning to accept it all, not love it all fully, not fully love it, but accept it and try to find the happy moments in those times. And yeah, I mean, that's it, man. I mean, I hope I know I kind of rambled. Man, fuck that. Whoever sees this, man, if you can relate, nigga, you can relate. If you can't, you can't. But that's just kind of where I am with it right now, man. And I guess I'll just see y'all when I'm back in. When I check back in for I don't. I guess we'll just see where I am then, and go from there. Yeah. So see y'all later.